Many thanks, Israel, for that coverage. We're now joined by the lady you just saw on the screen, a social justice advocate, Hilda Dokubo, and policy development expert, Jake Epelle. Both are joining us now to continue the conversation that was started in Port Harcourt. Thank you very much for giving us your time. Hilda, you were at that event. Talk to us about how important it is for citizen engagement like we saw organized today by New Central. Was it as beneficial as you thought it would be? Hilda, can you hear me? The question is for you, actually. Okay, I don't think she can hear me. So, Jake, did you get my question?
Absolutely.
Okay, please go ahead and take it on.
First of all, I want to congratulate the New Central team, Kennedy, and the team for a job well done, for standing up for democracy, for being bold to defend the rights of the Rivers people through your town hall series. Yes, we had a town hall meeting today at a point that was very heated, but then we made our points very, very clear, whether it's in the area of inclusive governance, the fact that persons with disability had never been on the lips of a sole administrator and his administration. The issue of the emergency rule that have not provided any emergency measure in alleviating the sufferings of the people of Rivers State. Whether it is the issue of the two people, Mr. Fubara and Mr. Wee, and the path to peace that both of them are towing. One thing was clear. We do not want this emergency rule to continue. We want it to end, that our elected, democratically elected governor will be returned to office and governance of the people, governance of the people of Rivers State will continue. It was a welcome development that New Central took this initiative, and everyone, both sides of the divide, were able to air their opinion. We are Rivers people, resilient. We are peaceful. We may disagree, but at the end of the day, we didn't beat up each other. So it was a good and great opportunity provided by New Central.
All right.
Please permit me to keep emphasizing the fact that persons with disability, yes, persons with disability have not been catered for at all by this sole administrator. I don't think he understands inclusion.
All right. I wanted to kind of gauge your thinking on the level of participation, the level of willingness. It did get heated at some point in the course of interaction. Does it give you a perception of how much the people are willing to engage in conversation and find a solution to the crisis in Rivers State?
It was a full house. It was a full house. The participation was great. The energy in the room was exciting. Yes, there were some level of disagreement and all that, but in terms of participation, at the point there was no seat. In terms of organization, I score New Central. I mean, this is your top, so you did a good job. There was no technical hitches, at least from our own end. you know. And I think there was a great audience participation across the country and even outside the country, you
All right.
know.
Let's look at
the left.
but I wanted us to, yes, New Central has played an important role, but we're looking at the offshoot of the conversation that was had today. There were some submissions that were made across board during that meeting, and one of them was a call for the reinstatement of Fubara as the governor. Some of the information we have on the media, in the media space rather, speculates that he might not be so willing to come back considering all that has happened so far. How important do you think the federal government in this case, make a pronouncement in regards to this and perhaps the tenure of the River State sole administrator?
No, I think it's this is a very important question, but an opportunity to clear the air. There's never been any time that Fubara said categorically that he's not willing to come back and govern the people who elected him. There's no such statement whatsoever. When he says, when he made what looks like a politically correct statement, which a lot of people don't seem to agree with, including my humble self, you know, I think I would say he was just himself. But in political circle, we can tell me that he misspoke by saying what he said, you know. Now, one thing is very clear and precise. The fact that Fubara was elected by the people, so he cannot reject yes, he can as a person, resign, but he cannot reject his office just by what is said and assumed and sometimes concocted by people. He has never said that he doesn't want to go back to the brick house or the government house in Port Harcourt.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
He has never said so.
Thank you for that clarification, but correct me if I'm wrong here. There seemed to be a consensus among citizens. I mean, we've seen protests from women, from young people, all saying that they no longer want the state of emergency that currently exists in the state. And I think that was part of the submission today at the town hall. Is there a communication mechanism between the people and the federal government enhanced by New Central's town hall meeting today towards maybe getting the government to make, again, a pronouncement on the possibility of cutting short the administration of the sole administration, especially as there seem to be concerns over how he is administering the state?
Yes, I mean, that's the power of media. You have the power to transmit information and communicate it direct to the target. And that's what this town hall have achieved today. There is no doubt that the presidency was watching, because we understood during the town hall that there were text messages being sent from Abuja. So they were watching. Secondly, the presidency has a media war room where they monitor virtually all stations. So in terms of who watched, I can tell you that the presidency did, maybe not by the president, but there were dedicated staff of the presidency that must have watched, taking notes, and eventually maybe brief the president. But whether they did that or not, there were a lot of opportunities to communicate what resonated in that room today.
I guess that's
the communication is very clear.
I guess that's at the heart of the leadership here at New Central, to push the needle in getting solutions to our challenges. Thank you very much, Jake, for speaking with us.
You succeeded at it.
Thank you.
You were very successful at it.
Thank you very much.